This story is titled, "She Used My Netflix Account to Watch Rom-Coms with Her Side Guy." I changed the password mid-movie. The new username? I know. The new profile pic? Her mom. So here's how I found out my girlfriend was cheating on me with my own damn Netflix account. And not just cheating. No. She was logging in from my profile, watching rom-coms with some guy, while cuddled up in what I assume was our throw blanket. The one we got on that fake cozy apple picking date where she pretended fall was her favorite season. Plot twist. Apparently, betrayal is her favorite season. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm Nate, 29 and I live in Austin, Texas, where everyone either owns a dog, a record player, or a personality disorder. I had what I thought was a solid relationship with Riley, 27F, for about 2 years. She was funny, hot, had a weird obsession with mint chip ice cream, and used words like growth mindset unironically. In hindsight, that should have been a red flag. Anyone that into personal development is usually one bad TED Talk away from blowing up their life, and mine, apparently. For months, things were off. I'd come home from work and she'd be all weirdly distant, saying she was tired or emotionally drained from holding space for others all day. She works in HR, not a war zone. Then the girls' nights started, always on Fridays, always ending at suspiciously vague hours. I never wanted to be that guy. You know, paranoid, insecure, checking her location like some kind of digital bloodhound. But your gut starts screaming after the 5th Friday in a row ends with a "my phone died" text and no explanation for the glitter in her bra. The final clue? Netflix. I was at my buddy Marcus's place. He's recovering from a breakup of his own, and by recovering, I mean playing Call of Duty until his pupils dilate like a house cat on catnip. We were flipping through Netflix when I noticed something weird. My continue watching section had a movie I definitely didn't start. The Kissing Booth 3. Now listen, I may be emotionally available and into skincare, but even I draw the line at watching that cinematic war crime voluntarily. So I clicked it. 28 minutes in. I hit play. The camera pans across some pastel-lit beach scene, and then I see it, my throw blanket. It's subtle, but I know that blanket like I know the shape of the regret that's currently blooming in my chest. I pause it, rewind, and there it is again, fringed edge, navy and white plaid. That's not a movie prop. That's our blanket. Now here's the kicker. I checked the recently watched list. Not only is Riley watching movies on my Netflix, she's doing it while still logged into my profile. My face is the damn icon. Every time she clicks, continue watching, she's got to look at my smiling little avatar like a twisted inside joke. I didn't get mad. I got methodical. That night, while she was undoubtedly mid-cuddle with Chad or Jax or some other guy whose skincare routine I probably paid for, I logged into Netflix, changed the password, and renamed the account to, I know. The new profile pic? Her mom. Mid-movie. Cue the panic. So I didn't say anything at first. Not that night. Not the next day either. I wanted to see how far she'd go. How deep the lie would dig itself before it started gasping for air. You learn a lot about someone when you let them lie to your face while you already know the truth. The next evening, Riley came over like nothing was wrong. Wearing the same, "hey babe," smile she used when she needed me to fix her car battery or kill a spider. She even brought takeout from my favorite taco truck like she was trying to score loyalty points. I should have nominated her for an Emmy on the spot. "Thought we could do a chill night," she said, flipping her hair back like she hadn't just watched To All the Boys I've Loved before with some human haircut on my dime. Maybe watch something dumb and cuddly. Dumb and cuddly. Sure. Just like your affair. I played along. For now, I queued up Netflix on the TV and let it sit there on the login screen. Bold as hell. Username, I know. Profile pic, her mom. Smiling like she's in on the secret. Riley froze. "You, changed the account," she said, eyes locked on the screen like it had grown fangs. "That's new. Oh, you noticed?" I kept my voice level, but I could feel the heat rising in my chest. Thought it was time for a refresh. You know, new year, new us. She gave this fake little laugh. The kind people use when they're about to crap themselves, but don't want to admit it. "Who's I know supposed to be?" she asked. Way too casual, like she didn't already know the answer. "Just a vibe," I replied, still smiling, still watching her squirm. "Oh, and I thought your mom deserved more screen time." Her mouth opened, then closed. She looked like she'd swallowed a Lego. I let the silence stretch. Let her sweat in it. "Hey," I said more sharply now. "Quick question. Did you start watching The Kissing Booth on my account?" She blinked. "What?" "No. EW. I wouldn't watch that garbage." "Really?" I raised my voice for the first time. "Because it's showing as watched. From my profile." while I was at Marcus's. And unless the dog has developed opposable thumbs and a weakness for cringe, I'm guessing it was you. She stammered. Maybe it autoplayed? Or maybe one of your friends used it, or... Don't insult me. The words came out like steel. Don't stand in my living room, eating food I paid for, sleeping in my bed, and tell me Netflix just magically started streaming that crap on its own. Her face changed. Panic gave way to shutdown. I don't want to talk about this right now, she said, picking at her nails. Oh, you don't want to talk? I stepped closer. What part exactly don't you want to talk about? The blanket I saw in the background? The timeline that doesn't add up? Or the fact that I know you've been logging into my account with him, from my house, while I was at work? She went quiet. Not guilty quiet. Coward quiet. The kind of quiet people use when they think silence will make the fire burn out. But all it did was throw gasoline on it. You think I'm stupid, I said, voice low now, the kind of low that meant I was dangerously close to snapping. That's the part that really pisses me off. You think I'm some clueless loser sitting here drooling over rom-coms while you get dicked down by someone who probably doesn't even floss. She flinched. Good. For once, she had nothing to say. Just stood there, speechless, as her lies folded in on themselves like wet paper. I looked at her. Really looked. The girl who used to steal the last fry off my plate, hum the wrong lyrics to every song, and beg me to pause movies so she could explain what just happened, now couldn't string together a basic excuse. I turned off the TV. Tossed the remote on the couch. You're not even good at this, I said. You think I wouldn't find out? You used my account like it was some secret bunker. You were too lazy to even make a new profile. That's the respect I get. She opened her mouth, but I was already walking toward the door. Let yourself out, I said. And take the tacos. You can eat them with whoever's currently ruining my throw blanket. I should have known Riley wouldn't go down quietly. She was never the type to admit when she was wrong. Not when she crashed my car and blamed the brakes. Not when she deleted my work files and said the cat walked on the keyboard. So I don't know why I expected her to take this one on the chin. Right after I told her to leave, she spun around, eyes wide and furious, like I had just cheated on her. Classic. Oh my God, Nate, are you seriously freaking out over a Netflix login? Grow up. That's when I laughed. I mean, really laughed. The kind that comes from somewhere between disbelief and full-blown psychological break. You think this is about Netflix? I snapped. No, Riley. This is about you being a lying parasite who can't even cheat with basic competence. I didn't cheat, she shouted, as darting like a cornered raccoon. You're making stuff up in your head. This is just another one of your overreactions. Like when I forgot your birthday. You were watching the kissing booth with another guy while logged in as me, I barked, stepping forward. Don't gaslight me, Riley. You're not that smart, and I'm not that blind. I didn't do anything wrong, she hissed, voice cracking just a little. We were just watching a movie. It's not like I slept with him out. Oh, so you just emotionally cheated? How noble of you. I clapped sarcastically. You want a gold medal for loyalty now? Or should I just staple the throw blanket to your back and send you to his place like a gift basket? She froze, and for a moment I thought, maybe, she was going to finally crack. Finally own up to what she did. Nope. He listens to me, she said suddenly, almost spitting it. He understands me. You've been so distant lately, always working late, always tired. I just... Stop talking. What? Get out. My voice was low and cold, the kind of tone you use when you're done being hurt and are 2 steps from burning the whole house down. Pack your stuff and get the hell out of my apartment. Don't message me. Don't call. Don't even breathe near my Wi-Fi. You're being dramatic. No, Riley. I'm being merciful. Because the version of me that would have exposed you publicly is still sitting in the corner, watching, waiting. Now move. Before he gets bored. She tried to protest, but I didn't hear it. I'd already turned my back on her and walked to the window, watching her reflection in the glass as she stormed out, slamming the door like that would be her grand finale. What she didn't know is her show had just been canceled. Now here's where things get interesting. After she left, I sat on the couch, heart pounding like I'd just run a marathon through hell. And then I did something petty. Something calculated. I turned on Netflix one more time and checked the Who's Watching list. There it was. A new profile. Jay. My eyes narrowed. Oh, you absolute amateur. So I grabbed her old laptop, which she conveniently left behind in her rush, and opened it. Still logged into her email. Bless her lazy soul. A quick search later, and I had a name. Jordan McAllister. Corporate sales bro, drives a leased BMW. Works at some tech startup with synergy in its mission statement and a ping pong table in the break room. But then plot twist, I noticed something else. He wasn't just her new guy. He was my company's newest client. Yeah, the same company I handle digital security for. The one with access to, let's just say, everything. I sat back, a grin spreading across my face for the first time all night. You know what they say. When life gives you lemons, take down the lemon tree and salt the soil so nothing ever grows again. Turns out it's surprisingly easy to learn about a guy when his company just signed a contract with yours and you're the one who set up their network access. Jordan McAllister. Age 32. Sales director. Real, look at me, LinkedIn energy. His profile photo had that forced alpha grin and a caption that said, "Let's disrupt the game." I'd already decided I didn't like him. Not just because he was sleeping with my now ex, but because he unironically used the phrase grind culture. I could have ignored it. Could have let it all go. But something in me snapped the moment I found Riley's stupid password file still open on her desktop. Her most used login? I love J forever. The 4 was a heart. I felt my soul leave my body. You think you know humiliation until you see that someone you loved thought that was romantic. So I did what any calm, rational man with admin credentials would do. I logged into Jordan's new work account. Did I start small? Of course not. I changed his desktop wallpaper to a screenshot from the kissing booth. Paused at the exact frame where our blanket was draped over his lap like some kind of twisted trophy. I added the caption, "Nice blanket, bro." Then I renamed all his folders. Q1 reports Riley's lies. Client leads cheaters never prosper. Team presentations, how to steal your girl, and my Wi-Fi. He'd notice eventually, but I wanted to plant the seed. Let him marinate in paranoia. Nothing big enough to get me caught, just enough to make him wonder who was watching. But the real twist? That came 2 days later. I was scrolling through the usual social media wreckage Riley left behind when I noticed she hadn't posted anything since I kicked her out. No selfies. No brunch. Radio silence. Then I got a text. From an unknown number. "I think you should know he's married." Just that. No name. No context. Attached was a photo of Jordan in a tux, kissing a woman who wasn't Riley. Now, I'm not a saint. But even I sat back and muttered, oh damn. Plot twist. The guy Riley blew up our relationship for? Already living a double life. Classic. Suddenly, her lies looked less like betrayal and more like karma boomeranging right into her face. And me? I was still holding the receipt. So I did one last thing. I logged back into my Netflix account, which Jane never bothered to log out of, genius, and changed the username again. This time it said, "Ask him about his wife." The profile pic? Jordan. In a tux. At the altar. Let them hit continue watching now. She showed up on a Thursday. No warning. No text. No soul. Just her, standing outside my apartment like a storm that forgot how to knock. Hair wild. Makeup smudged. Holding her phone like it personally betrayed her. "You think you're clever?" She snapped the second I opened the door. "Oh, so that's the tone we're using now. Not, 'Hi Nate, I'm sorry I defiled your Netflix account and romanticized rom-coms with a married finance bro.' No. Straight to full banshee mode. 'You hacked his computer,' she screamed. I didn't reply. I just leaned against the doorframe, sipping my coffee with a look that said do go on. Jay saw the folder names. He saw the kissing booth picture. He thinks I told you everything. He thinks I planned this. Well, I said, tapping my mug, did you? She actually screamed. Like, full guttural rage scream. A noise somewhere between a pterodactyl and a smoke alarm. I half expected the neighbors to start clapping. You've ruined everything. She spat. Do you have any idea what kind of position you've put me in? You mean, missionary? Or, shut up. There it is. The raw, unfiltered Riley. The same girl who once cried because a barista spelled her name Riley with a GH and called it emotional violence. Jay won't return my calls, she fumed, pacing like a lunatic in Lululemon. He's blaming me for everything. He says I'm reckless. Untrustworthy. Like it's my fault you found out he's married. Silence. Her mouth kept moving, but it took me a full beat to process what she'd said. You knew? I asked, slowly. She froze. Her brain clearly buffering. I mean, not at first. Riley. Just after the second date. Riley. What? It's not like he loved her. He said they were having problems. He said she was emotionally distant. Holy projection, Batman. I was gonna leave him eventually, she added, as if that somehow helped. I just wanted to see where it went. See where it went? I repeated, laughing so hard I actually choked on my coffee. Was this a scenic drive through hell? Were you hoping for a group discount on moral failure? She stomped her foot. Like, actually, stomped. Why are you doing this to me? I stepped closer, voice quiet now. Cold. I'm not doing this to you, Riley. I'm doing this because of you. She opened her mouth to yell again, but I held up a finger. You didn't just cheat. You insulted me. You used my account. You lied to my face. And now you're pissed that your little pyramid scheme of affairs is collapsing under its own dumbass weight. You think this makes you the good guy?" She snapped, trembling. "No," I said. "It makes me the architect of your karma. And I'm just getting started." She stared at me like she couldn't decide whether to slap me or sob. "Probably both." "You should go," I added, before Jay's actual wife sees the new Netflix update. Because oh yeah, I had just changed it again. Username, ask her who paid for the Uber. Profile pic, me, holding up her stupid mint-chip ice cream. Revenge tastes best cold, but I found it pairs nicely with a warm latte and a calm Netflix binge. A few days after Riley's sidewalk meltdown, I sent a DM, short, clean, precise. "Hi, Mrs. McAllister. I think we should talk." I attached one photo, Jay and Riley curled up under my blanket, paused right at minute 28 of the kissing booth. No caption, no threats, just truth, wrapped in plaid and betrayal. She replied in 5 minutes. When and where? Her name was Elise. Married 7 years. No kids. Interior designer. Quiet but sharp. The kind of woman who could destroy you politely and leave you thanking her for the privilege. We met at a cafe, neutral ground, and when she walked in, I saw it. That look. I'd worn it myself. The heavy weight of realizing your loyalty was wasted on someone playing pretend. I told her everything. The blanket. The profile. The rom-coms. The password change. The ask him about his wife update. I expected disbelief. Denial. Rage. What I got. A slow exhale. A sip of tea. And a quiet, venom-laced. I knew it. Turns out Jay had a habit. A history. Riley was just the newest spark in his garbage fire of infidelity. Elise had seen the warning signs, ignored the flags, told herself the usual lies. But now? Now she had evidence. And a plan. Would you mind, she asked, with a smile that could slice marble, if we made them regret everything? Girl, you had me at regret. It all happened fast. Elise confronted Jay that night, screenshots printed, receipts stacked, every insult laminated and color-coded. I wish I could have seen it live, but her recap was a masterpiece. Jay tried denial. She handed him a printed copy of the I Love Jay Forever login. Highlighted. Jay tried anger. She asked if he wanted to scream into one of the throw pillows she paid for. Jay tried tears. She laughed in his face. And then? She left. But not before changing the locks, calling his mother, and posting a tasteful Instagram story of her flipping him off with the caption. New chapter. New locks. No cheaters allowed. That same night, Jay showed up at Riley's apartment. Now here's where it gets juicy. He blamed her. Fully. Completely. Like a child caught stealing who points at the cookie jar and says, "It was whispering to me. I lost everything because of you." He screamed. According to a very drunk voicemail Riley later left me. "You dragged me into this mess with your pathetic drama. I should have known. You couldn't even cheat discreetly." Riley? Oh, she lost it. Her voice on that voicemail, shrieking, sobbing, spitting venom like a broken espresso machine, was a symphony of shattered delusion. He left me. Nate. They both left me. You ruined everything. I played the message back while eating nachos and watching Bridgerton. Volume up. Surround sound. Extra cheese. Because in the end, Jay lost his wife. Riley lost her new future. They both lost the game they thought they were winning. And me? I changed my Netflix username one final time. The main character. The profile pic? A perfectly cropped shot of me raising a glass of mint chip milkshake. Let's fast forward to the finale, shall we? Jay lost his wife. Riley lost her toy. But I wasn't done. Not yet. Because there's something poetic about taking down narcissists, people who live like consequences are optional and loyalties just a phase. This wasn't just about me anymore. It was about the principle. It was about justice, but the kind that wears sarcasm like armor and doesn't need a courtroom to deliver the verdict. Jay tried to retaliate. That was cute. He called my office, claimed I'd violated his privacy. I sent our legal team screenshots of his emails from a company laptop to his mistress. He got a polite, "We're choosing not to renew your contract" email the next day. Apparently, cheating with your vendor's ex and then weaponizing company time to cover it up is frowned upon in the business world. Who knew? He also lost his precious leased BMW. Turns out Elise had co-signed on it. She repossessed it the morning after the contract was terminated. Meanwhile, Riley? Oh, Riley spiraled. She tried texting me again, this time claiming she was in therapy, that she was healing, and needed closure. Closure? Huh? I told her closure is what happens when you zip up your overnight bag at another man's apartment and forget your soul on the way out. Then I blocked her. That would have been the end of it. But Elise? She's the real MVP. She started a blog. Public. Delicious. Titled, "The Other Woman Wasn't Worth It." The first post was about Jay. The second post? Anonymized but very familiar. A scathing takedown of a certain young woman who mistook attention for affection and ended up alone, unemployed, and publicly unfollowed by every mutual friend with a conscience. It went viral. Guess who applied to 3 new jobs and got ghosted each time? Guess who started a GoFundMe for mental health support and got roasted in the comments? Guess who messaged Elise from a burner account saying, "You ruined my life"? Elise replied with a single sentence. "No, you did that all by yourself. As for me, I'm thriving. I switched jobs, moved cities, got a place with huge windows and quiet neighbors and a couch no one's ever lied on. Netflix still works beautifully. Username? Winner. Profile pic? A trophy. Gold. Polished. Mocking. I sometimes rewatch The Kissing Booth, just for irony's sake. Popcorn in hand. Blanket draped over the couch, not shared. Just mine. Every now and then I get texts from people who used to be mutuals. Curious. Hesitant. Hey man, I just heard about everything. Wild. Hope you're doing okay. I always reply the same way. I am. Hope they're too. Then I go back to my movie. Because when the credits roll on this story, I don't just walk away clean. I walk away legendary.